France is on fire. Cities were engulfed in a sixth straight night of riots, scorching across the nation. The riots erupted in response to the shooting death of a 17-year-old Muslim identified as Nahel, who was shot and killed by a police officer during a traffic stop in the Paris suburb of Nanterre. According to the BBC, Nahel was known by police. Europe 1 reports that he had numerous run-ins with the law, including 5 previous incidents of refusing to comply with police officers. Regardless, France's migrant population are treating the incident as symptomatic of the supposed racist sentiments that pervade French society, and they are demonstrating their rage accordingly. Thus far, there have been hundreds of arrests, over 400, and at least one French firefighter has died fighting the fires that have engulfed France's cities. For his part, President Emmanuel Macron is actually out there blaming social media and video games for the spread of the riots. Macron is urging social media giants to remove sensitive content related to the riots and claims that platforms and networks play a major role in the events. Needless to say, Macron's efforts at deplatforming content creators isn't catching on, especially since videos gone viral of him dancing at an Elton John concert, all as his nation burns. However, Macron's obvious law enforcement incompetence is actually causing a surge in the rise of French patriots who are taking to the streets to restore order.
Rouge, la France en français! Bleu, blanc, rouge, la France en français! Bleu, blanc, rouge, la France en français! Bleu, blanc, rouge, la France en français!
And this rise in French patriots is translating into what appears to be nothing less than the brewing of a political tsunami for the French right. Wait until you see this. But first, gang, you all know that as we age, aches and pains are normal, but they don't have to be. And that's where a groundbreaking medical scientist comes in, Clint Winters. You've seen Clint on Fox. You've read about him in Forbes. He's a world-renowned health expert who's unveiled a natural pain reliever that's taking the world by storm. It's called CB2, the 100% drug-free way to get full-body pain relief without dangerous meds. It's the go-to pain reliever for hundreds of professional athletes, tens of thousands of seniors, and it's even the official pain reliever for the fighters in the UFC. And the best news, CB2 has no documented side effects after years of private testing. It's the absolute future of pain relief. So whatever you do, make sure to click on that link below and check out Clint's amazingly informative report on how CB2 is changing lives by providing safe and powerful relief at a fraction of the cost of pain pills. Click on that link below right now. France's nationalist, populist, patriot leader Marine Le Pen is absolutely surging in the polls as a result of all this social unrest. In a poll conducted last week among all the leaders of France, Marine Le Pen's reaction to the riots was the one most supported by voters, far above Macron's. In fact, Le Pen has been surging in popularity for some time now. Over the last few months, Macron has basically politically imploded since bypassing the French parliament and raising the retirement age by dictate, by presidential fiat. And that brazenness opened up a political opportunity for France's nationalist populist right like we've never seen before. The main opposition party in France is National Rally. They're led by Le Pen, and they're surging in the polls. They're now officially the #1 most popular party in the whole of France. This is absolutely huge. Their polls have officially passed Macron's party, En Marche, and they are now sitting at the top of French politics. It's being widely recognized that all of these crises, from the retirement age raising to the race riots, they're crises of Macron's own making and may indeed be precisely that which takes him down. There are serious discussions as to whether all of the social unrest is actually going to result in his resignation, and Marine Le Pen is indeed poised to take over. Der Spiegel International is reporting that in their opinion, never before have the prospects of France's right-wing populists been as promising as they are right now. So we really may be seeing the nationalist right take over France in the not-too-distant future. I mean, Macron's government is basically in tatters at this point. His approval rating is in the tank. It's cratered to barely 23%. 8 in 10 French want him gone. If Macron decides to resign before his tenure is up, or if there's a no-confidence vote, the last one he just barely missed, he just barely passed, We may indeed be seeing a Le Pen presidency sooner than anyone could have imagined just months ago. And as such, the nationalist populists will have added France to their growing list of political victories across the continent. I mean, it's no wonder that the left-wing activists disguised as journalists over at the Washington Post are admitting that nationalist populist movements are indeed surging throughout the continent of Europe. Just a couple of weeks back, the political left completely collapsed in the national elections in Greece. The Conservative Party, known as Neo Demokratia, New Democracy, they won in a massive landslide victory, as well as a number of so-called far-right parties there in Greece. On the same day, the AfD, or the Alternative for Deutschland, which is Germany's Patriot Party, they won a huge victory. They won their first ever district council election in the district of Sonnenberg in Thuringia. And then a few weeks before that, the nation of Finland got what many are calling their single most right-wing government ever. Back in April, the center-right bloc known as the National Coalition Party, they came in first, winning 48 seats, 21% of the vote. But they were followed very closely by the so-called far-right Finns Party, or the True Finns. They came in second, winning 46 seats with just over 20% of the vote. Of course, prior to that, we reported on the political earthquake in the Netherlands. That was amazing, where a brand new party called the BBB, or the Farmer Citizen Movement, a party that represents the persecuted farmers who've been protesting against draconian green policies that have been shutting Dutch farms down. That brand new Farmers' Party absolutely stormed their provincial elections and took control of the Dutch Senate. And just weeks before the Dutch elections, the Nationalist Populist Coalition of the Brothers of Italy, Lega, Forza Italia, they won majorities in both chambers of the Italian parliament, with, of course, the one and only Christian nationalist leader, Giorgia Meloni, ascending to prime minister. So Europe as a whole looks like it's ready to fall in terms of the liberal globalist establishment. And if it does, it looks like the globalists in France are poised to topple next.
Hey gang, I know what it's like to feel alone out there in these turbulent times, but I broke free. If you too have been looking for a community with like-minded patriots who are serious about resisting globalism, building a parallel economy, and having intelligent and deep fellowship on a regular basis, then you've come to the right place. In my Courageous Patriot Insiders community, we're building a close-knit movement of, by, and for patriots who are breaking free from the outrage and despair cycles of the mainstream media and taking on the fight against globalism. Every week, I deep dive into the content I can't share on big tech and give you the cliff notes on the truth of how patriots just like you are building up their communities, starting patriot businesses, and fighting the woke in both public and private. All with a few history and political lessons from yours truly, of course. If you want to stop feeling alone as a patriot and stand together with this fast-growing community, be sure to click on the link in the description below. Don't wait. Join me and my Patriot Coalition today, and let's get fighting.